Welcome to another episode of the show. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about Baker Mayfield because he's in the news again. Talk about Cam Newton because he opened his mouth and stuck his foot in it. All that and so much more coming up. What?
You listed two things.
I said so much more.
Oh, so much more. Two things.
I said so
Sorry.
much more. That's the. Anyway, sit back, open up a cold beverage, open your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, another week of the show.
How we doing, everybody? So I
We are
was.
good.
So did you have a chance to listen to Baker's interview? 'Cause that's the big news. He finally broke his silence and he had an interview. If you want to call it an interview.
Well, he was on a podcast. And then, I don't know if it was his house or the guy's house.
Yeah, that
But-
wasn't. They kept bringing that up. It wasn't really. Because at first I thought it was their house, but then they're like, oh no. So, I don't know. I do know there's a peacock.
In the house?
It's a gated area, and there's a peacock that jumps on from rooftop to rooftop. That was the most
What?
interesting thing. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a wild peacock?
Well, I don't know if it's wild or
We're
not.
talking about an animal, right?
Yes. The bird, peacock.
I want to make sure that wasn't like a term.
Yeah, like towards the end of the interview, they were talking about how this peacock just walks around and like he didn't know about it, and he's walking around at night and you just hear. Apparently, peacocks make noises. Like of all the times that I've been to the zoo and seeing peacocks, I've never heard a peacock make a noise, but apparently they do.
Yeah, I'm not exactly like keen to the peacock knowledge, but I didn't know they make noises.
Yeah,
I never wanted to be close enough to want to find out either.
yeah. I mean, it's a peacock, but so yeah. Apparently, he saw it on the roof of one of his apartment buildings or condos or whatever.
So he's just like, oh, look, there's a peacock. Or is he like, oh, yeah, that's, the peacock we have here. Our resident. Was he surprised, is I guess what I'm asking.
I was a little shocked. I mean, for one, the fact that it was on the roof, I think, would be a little disconcerting. Because, I mean, I didn't think peacocks could fly. Apparently, they can jump really. They like take running jumps or some shit.
Mm. See, that's more of that peacock knowledge.
Yeah. You'll only find here at the show.
Yeah, you want to know about peacocks? You got all the information you need.
We dive into that peacock knowledge.
And not just the cable network or whatever, the app.
Yeah.
You can watch WWE on.
Oh, yeah. Forgot. So, is there not a network anymore?
I mean, it's NBC, but
No, the WWE network.
no. Well, not in the U.S. It's in the U.S. they're with Peacock.
Okay.
In foreign countries, they still got the network because Peacock's not a thing over there.
So what happens if you had the WWE network? Do they just shut it down?
Yep.
Oh.
They
Man,
gave you a deal to move over to Peacock though. Is like,
Oh, okay. A deal?
yeah. So like, you got the first year for like, I don't know, $10 or something like that.
How much is it after that?
There's two versions. You can get the with ads or without ads. With ads, it's like $3.99 a month. Without ads, it's $10 a month.
God damn.
$9.99.
Jesus. Okay.
Hey, I get it with those ads. I mean, I'm not paying for it yet, but I
You,
might, if I keep it, then I'm gonna do the ads.
you don't mind ads?
No, they're not
Okay.
that bad. I have ads right now. I mean,
But
I don't watch Peacock, but for the wrestling pay-per-views anyway, so
right. So I mean, $3. Are there ads during the pay-per-views?
there is.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
But but you're not missing anything. Like it's the ads are playing like during the backstage segments or while they're getting a while the WWE is actually playing their own ads. You're just getting Peacock's ads.
That's I don't like that. Like I don't mind
Like,
ads during like Raw or SmackDown or whatever, but a pay-per-view, come on.
well, like during pay-per-views after in between matches, they're playing like the next match, like the history of it or
Yeah.
this, that, or the other. So instead of seeing that, you're just seeing ads.
Yeah, I don't like that. Oh well. When
I'm
I
used to it because I don't watch it anyway.
right.
Like, oh, here comes the match. Here comes the recap. It's perfect time for me to go refill my drink or whatever.
I don't know. Some of those match packages are really good though.
They do a good job with them. Sometimes you would think the feud's actually good with
You're
the
right.
matches.
If all you saw was the lead up and the build up and the you know on screen and the drama that way, you would think, oh man, we're going to see some shit. Unfortunately, it has to play out in the ring, and that's not always the
Yeah,
case.
like when they make Happy Corbin versus Drew McIntyre seem interesting, then
Right. They do the black
it's
and
like,
white and the slow mo.
you're not
I,
gonna trick me this time. Music.
I was like when they started off with it almost seemed like a flashback filter, and you see like the guy talking in the ring, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he gets hit, and then it goes black and white, and it goes slow motion.
Oh, like when they do a turn.
Or a turn, or they just get attacked, and the guy's just standing there, and then you just hear whoa, 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 whoa. And then they go
Sometimes
in.
they do like happy music until the guy gets attacked.
Right, right, right. And then it just stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, fuck. If they put that much effort into the actual product that they're advertising, Jesus Christ.
It would be good.
But they don't.
No? Because they know they can do that.
Yeah.
You know,
They're,
WWE fans nowadays are casual anyway, so
that's true. Well, they don't have anybody to root for.
you're right.
I mean,
Because they don't build stars.
yeah, and Brock Lesnar's out, so there goes the legitimate star.
So, you kind of touched on that a couple weeks ago.
Did
So,
I?
you said he quit?
That's the report. Yeah, he retired or he quit.
Mm. I saw the news story. You were ahead of your time on that one.
I think I was current on that one, but
Well,
either way,
I was just ignorant to it then, I guess. But I still think he'll be back.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he's basically gonna do what he wants to do. He's got fuck you money, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, when that Saudi check kicks in, it'll be back.
yeah. No, But he doesn't seem like the type of person that wants like a huge fortune though. Like as long as he has like his little bit of land and isolation, and he can go do what he wants to do, which
You
he
know,
certainly can.
that stuff costs a lot of money. Isolation.
I know.
You ever seen these what are they called? Homesteaders?
No,
What
what
that
are
is?
those? No, I've never heard that.
People who are like self-sufficient, that they like grow their own food and they always live out in the middle of nowhere. They
Oh,
grow their own food. They like have their own energy
how's that different from Amish?
because they're not Amish.
Okay, that's that's a good distinction.
That's just your normal everyday people who are idiots. I would say.
How's that?
Yes. I mean, come on, be a part of the world.
Have you seen the world?
Yeah, it's a bad place, but
The world doesn't.
you can't be going off the grid.
They got schools teaching kids nonsense. They got fucking
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
what?
Let's not go there.
Well, I wasn't gonna go there. I'm just brushing. We're brushing. So anyway, the second graders. This is what. No,
It might not be nonsense.
no, it's nonsense. But
Yeah, I mean, depending on what side you're on, it might be nonsense. It might not be.
no, it's nonsense. Total judgment, nonsense.
What are you doing?
I don't even know. See, I had a larger point, but you kind of knocked me off there.
I was trying to save you.
I don't need saved. Oh yeah. So isolation. I mean, fuck. They're trying to ruin everything. Movies suck. TV shows suck. Everybody has their own little political agendas inserted in it. Everything. I'd want to fucking live in the middle of nowhere too. If I could just grow my own shit and have my own power, fuck.
Mm.
But unfortunately, I like playing video games.
Yeah, that's a big part. And
And and I like hot water. I don't want to. And composting. I don't want to compost my shit.
yeah, there are drawbacks. Must be good on the bill though. But it takes a lot of money to start that. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean,
Like buying land, might as well buy a house at that point.
yeah,
Or
that's the
so
big part.
But that's why Brock Lesnar is. When he gets that money, Saudi money, he comes back.
He lives in Canada too.
Yep, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, so it's kind of weird.
I heard that someone. I heard someone say that on a news story. Saskatchewan. I was like, I know where that is. Well, I don't know where it is, but I've heard of that.
Right. That's how like Montreal. I know
'Cause
that. Toronto. I know that too.
oh, because of hockey.
Oh, because of Bret Hart.
Well, there's that too.
I knew about Canada because of Bret Hart long before I knew about Canada because of hockey.
Because no one watches hockey.
Not anymore.
Apparently, it's still going on. I
It
thought
is.
was canceled.
No, it's still going
Or
on.
at least not on TV anymore.
No, they had when we were in high school, they had a strike, and that basically just crippled them because they were basically running on fumes as it was, as far as TV presence. But when they went on strike and they just went away, TV was like, why don't you just stay where you are? We'll call you if we need you.
We're ready to come back. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like your local channels will cover like the Stars or whatever, but as far as actual hockey, like as a sport, it's yeah, you have to get a package.
Oh, no one wants a package. I'm tired of packages.
Although that
Everybody
was a
has
while
their
ago. I don't know if that I'm sure it's easier to get access to with streaming services and shit, but
apparently it's on Peacock.
hockey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I wouldn't try to go find it or anything, but apparently it is there.
Hockey's fun to watch.
Mm.
It's got the grace of figure skating and the intensity of football sometimes.
I mean, it's fun, but there, you watch a whole game and it's like 1-0, and
Yeah,
like you're really watching for goals.
yeah, I can see that. I like the defensive, like the goalie was always my favorite position because they had the cool little helmets. So I like,
Rugger.
yeah, yeah. So like when it's 1-0, that means there's a lot of good saves usually. So to me, that's exciting.
You get you wet.
Yeah, gets my clit hard. Then I just got just got just got to spit on it.
That's the show, everybody.
But it's
But
kind of like back in the day when a 14-0 football game was fun. Like I think one of my favorite seasons was when the Ravens had that great defense, and they were winning with field goals.
yeah, I mean it's good if you're like a hardcore fan.
Yeah, I
If
mean it's
you're
also good
casual,
if it's not your team too, because if my team wasn't scoring any touchdowns, I'd be kind of pissed. But
it's so heart wrenching watching a whole game and just knowing your team's not going to do anything every time they get the ball.
right, I know all about that.
They just they just need one big play and they can't even make it. Like that's one play, and then yeah, and then the team scores again, and you're like, "Well, game over."
Yeah. Oh, so we kind of got sidetracked just a tad. Are we? Are we kind of done with
Oh,
Baker?
we were talking about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
So, do you know what was the name of the podcast? You never
Oh,
know.
sure. I don't know. The guy seemed like a kind of a douchebag, so I didn't really pay
Well, I mean,
attention to that.
we need to give credit to the source. It's not our podcast.
That's true.
So, the podcast was called "You Never Know,"
Yeah.
and they had Baker Mayfield on. He talked about his current situation with the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I didn't watch the whole thing, but there's one little soundbite that stuck out to everybody. He basically said he felt disrespected by the Browns. They told him one thing, did another, and
Yeah. That's basically where they're at now.
that is
Ain't
where
it?
they're at.
I mean, he didn't really say a whole lot. Um, there's See, the thing is, it seemed like they were his friends talking to him because they were talking about like, oh, well, when I first met you and stuff. So it seemed so they weren't going to ask him like difficult questions. They weren't really going to press him. Um, they talked about his Heisman, but they didn't like bring up how challenging it was, with Hugh Jackson and then Freddie Kitchens. So they didn't really get into
They didn't hit him,
substance. He
but
just said,
apparently there was enough for him to say that.
yeah, he did say he felt disrespected, but that was pretty much it. I mean, he he knows he's not coming back. I mean, that's for sure. Since the Browns traded Heisman winning quarterback for a quarterback that might be in trouble legally. Um, so I mean, Yeah, he
And,
knows the writing's on the wall there.
and they brought in, we didn't even talk about this. They brought in Josh Dodson,
Who?
the Browns. So they have a third stringer.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh. So wait, so they have Watson, they have Mayfield, they have Jacoby Brissett, and they have Dotson.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's four quarterbacks on the roster.
Man, he wasn't as negative um, as I thought he would be. Because when you see him holding his dick, telling telling the opposing team to fuck themselves and running away from the cops, and he just seems like a guy that kind of seeks confrontation or whatever. But it was actually pretty tame.
This interview?
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but come on. You gotta stop talking at some point.
Well, that's the first interview he's had since he asked for that trade.
But, I don't know. You just, you just don't hear people talk about it. Matt Ryan, he ain't said a word.
Well, that's because he got what he wanted right away.
He got traded.
He got traded to Indianapolis.
Okay.
The
But,
the Falcons have Marcus Mariota now.
ooh.
That's what I said. The people on TV. Oh, Marcus Mariota, I like him in this pick. Like, did you not see him in Tennessee? Are we
Oh,
talking about the same Marcus fucking Mariota?
and in Oakland.
Oh, he was in Oakland, wasn't
Yeah, he was in Oakland and Tennessee. So, they're excited about him. But we got Baker Mayfield sitting there. That's what, fourth string on the team?
he? Yeah.
Baker Mayfield is supposed to be the, the the next star.
Well,
Baker Mayfield is supposed to be a starter.
he's supposed to be a starter. Now I did read that some interest in him has picked up, and it seems like the Panthers might be the front runners.
Oh, he did say he thinks he's going to end up in Seattle. That's what he said.
Yeah, he
Uh,
said Indianapolis, but um, obviously the Ryan deal quashed that. But then he said Seahawks. That's really the only teams he mentioned. But I mean,
that's about the only options he has. He's not going to be a starter next year. I don't think.
if he goes to the Panthers, he will be.
I don't know. When are they going to make that move? No,
Probably before the draft.
which is this coming week.
No, maybe after the draft. I don't know. If they can't get Kenny Pickett in his tiny hands, they might get Baker Mayfield.
So apparently Pickett is going to the Saints.
Really?
Would have you believe?
Who's their
That's what
quarterback now?
I don't know. Bridgewater maybe.
That doesn't sound. I think is it Winston?
That's him. Yep.
Okay. Because they were all excited about re-signing him. And again, it's like, did you not see him playing fucking Tampa Bay? What? Am I watching the same sport?
Well, you gotta pretend like you're into your guy.
I guess.
You
There's
can't like you're trying to sell tickets. You can't say, don't even bother. This team sucks. Like, look who we got starting. What do we gotta do?
Well, I mean, Pittsburgh has Mitchell Trubisky.
were supposed to be in the Mayfield sweepstakes.
I doubt that Cleveland would allow Baker to go to Pittsburgh.
Apparently, they're not going to allow him to go anywhere. Because
So
remember, they said no.
they said no before Watson changed his mind.
I know, but they still said no.
Yeah,
Haven't yet.
but now they're looking to shop him because they got Watson and his baggage.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, no, he has baggage. It's not alleged. He has baggage.
Now, my thing is, you want to talk about Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
What does it say about you, about them believing in you as quarterback? If they're going out and getting, I have baggage.
An alleged rapist.
And not only that, yes, not only that, guaranteeing him $230 million.
Yeah, that. I mean,
That's how much confidence they have in you.
the only reason I like the fact that they have Watson now is because everybody's upset about the fact that they have Watson. But aside from that, I mean, I don't see how I don't see how it's an upgrade from Baker. I don't.
I mean, football-wise, it's an upgrade for sure.
I guess. I mean,
Not even like a doubt. But you didn't see like,
did he take the Texans to the playoffs?
yeah,
Oh, did he?
yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. Did he break the?
He didn't win a playoff game, no.
And Baker took him to the AFC Championship game, and he almost beat him. He almost beat the Chiefs, didn't he?
They didn't go to the championship game. They just won one playoff game.
Oh, I thought they went to AFC.
They beat the Steelers.
My bad.
So, I mean, that is still something that the city hasn't seen in a long time.
Ever. Yeah.
Playoff win.
I think Derek Anderson was the last quarterback to take him to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think Kelly Holcomb before that. I think they may have won a playoff game then. I'm not sure.
But you didn't hear. I didn't hear Kansas City interested in Deshaun Watson. I didn't hear San Diego. I didn't hear Buffalo. I didn't hear Dallas. I didn't even hear Minnesota interested in Deshaun Watson. And they
Well,
have Kirk Cousins.
Buffalo has Josh Allen. San Diego has that Herbert guy that everybody just loves. What was the first one you said?
Kansas City.
Kansas City has Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they don't want Watson. And to even
Baker Mayfield is supposed to be up in the upper echelon with those guys.
I don't think he.
Believing here.
I don't think he's making the case that he's an upper echelon quarterback. I just think he's making the case that he should be a starting quarterback.
Well, of course he could be a starter, I guess. Just, I don't know. The Browns don't believe in him. The Browns are saying he shouldn't be a starter.
Well, the Browns feel they upgraded. I don't know about him not being a starter. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't think Mayfield was that bad. And I'm not the biggest fan of his, but I think he earned an opportunity. Now, if you had Trubisky or something, or Andy Dalton, then yeah, trade your 3 first round draft picks and $230 million for Watson.
Well, apparently people believed in Trubisky and they still do. I don't know why.
I don't either.
Some of these NFL people, it's like, are you watching the games? Because if you are, I don't know what you're looking at.
No kidding. We saw him in Chicago. Just like Mariota. Like I saw him play already. You're not gonna convince me that he's now better.
Yeah, the tape's out. He's not going to turn around.
And where the fuck did they trade him from?
Who?
Mariota. Traded him from somewhere. Maybe it was Oakland
It had to be.
or
Because he was there
Las
to compete
Vegas.
he was there to compete with Carr.
Yeah, and the Carr just got a big which
So they believe in him.
I guess I don't see it with him either. Everybody says it. I mean, obviously he's better than his brother, but I mean, is he $100 million quarterback?
No. I mean, he's a good quarterback, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, being as good as he is, I would say he's probably fourth in his division.
See, I would put him in like Romo. Just good. Because Romo was really good, but he wasn't great.
Romo was good enough to be the starter again.
Yeah, and he was one of those guys that I didn't realize how good he was until he left.
I remember seeing him in a preseason game. I was like, why is this guy not starting?
Yeah.
I think it was back when we had
Was it Quentin? Was it Quentin? Quincy Jones. Quincy.
Carter.
Yeah, Quincy Carter.
No, remember he got kicked off the team for marijuana.
Okay.
So,
They tried so hard with him.
I mean, he made it to the playoffs.
Yeah. They tried really hard with him. They tried to force feed you that Quincy Carter dick.
I don't think they did. I think, I don't know. Like, he made it to the playoffs, and then
Hmm.
that next offseason he got released.
Well, didn't they have? Wasn't he? I felt like he was a quarterback for a couple seasons.
Um, yeah, maybe a couple.
This is the
Maybe
quarterback from Georgia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
maybe
think
like
he
2
was.
or 3 seasons, and then yeah, he makes it to the playoffs. Gets in trouble in the offseason, he's out.
Yeah, and he started over Drew Henson, didn't he?
He did.
And Drew Henson was supposed to be. He was supposed to be Tom Brady.
I would even say I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I would even I would even say he if we had Quincy Carter, we might have won a playoff game sooner. He was a good quarterback. There.
Quincy Carter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
I mean
that.
he wasn't like, you know, he's not gonna put the team on his back and he's no Patrick Mahomes, we'll say, but he's good
Uh,
enough.
I didn't think he was that good. I thought they won in spite of him.
Well, remember this was at a time where the playoffs wasn't even a pipe dream for us.
Playoffs.
Yeah, it's like years. We from the '90s we go to that downhill where
Yeah.
we don't even sniff the playoffs, And then finally, this guy comes in and gets us to the playoffs.
That
And
was
then,
sad too, because that was when Emmett was deteriorating.
but
And
now
then
we're perennial playoff. Oh, it's perennial playoff team.
yeah.
Perennial. That's yearly. Like it's a. If we don't make the playoffs, that's a story. But we're gonna make the playoffs again this year.
You think so?
Yep. You heard it here first on the show. Make sure
It's
to subscribe.
it's kind of hard not to make the playoffs when you play the Giants and the Redskins and the Eagles.
Well, tell the other people that. The experts, and I put that in question marks. Like, last year, they weren't picking the Cowboys. They're like, oh, we think the Eagles. Like, why are you disrespecting us?
They
Yeah,
say some like horrendous shit about Jalen Hurt, like how he can't throw, and same thing about Tua Tagovailoa. Apparently, he can't throw either.
good on you for attempting that.
What? Tua
Yeah, I just gave that to
Tagovailoa?
him.
Well, you
Yeah, I
know,
just gave that to him.
I gotta go back to my Samoan roots. Fa Samoa. I think he's Samoan.
Yeah, yeah,
He's one of them.
Polynesian,
Yeah.
I think, something like that. But yeah, I don't know. They're he can't throw it past like 20 yards from what they would have you believe.
Right.
I believe him though.
So he can't throw past 20 yards?
I don't see it if he does.
Okay.
I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I'm not like going out watching every Miami game.
I've never seen a Miami game. Yeah. I don't get Miami games here.
I
But
haven't watched. I watched them when they did the whole Wildcat thing.
right. With
Because
Sperano.
yeah, and it was just because they were doing the Wildcat. No one was doing it.
And then everybody started doing it. And then now no
Yeah,
one does it.
it made it right back out of the league as soon as it got there.
Yeah. Well, now it's the run play option shit.
Yeah, those RPOs, so hard to stop.
They stop Lamar Jackson.
So, where do you think? Speaking of quarterbacks who are overrated, where do you think Lamar Jackson ranks on that list?
Of
Overrated.
overrated? What do you
Overrated,
mean?
underrated, or properly rated?
Uh, I mean, his MVP here, he was really good. It seems like either he's breaking down or teams figured him out. So I don't know, probably properly rated. I
I
don't
think he's
think.
underrated.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's the greatest thing
I mean,
that's ever been
think
under center.
from what they would have you, if you listen to the experts, this guy's like the reincarnation of Michael Vick.
Oh yeah,
But I mean, okay, I'll give
well,
him that. He can run the ball. He can run.
you throw a
But
little bit too.
what I want to see the game on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 minutes left to go. No
No, even better.
timeouts.
Oh, even better. I want to see the game on the line. You got 13 seconds to take the team down the field.
13 seconds, Jesus.
Yeah. What
Just
Mahomes
because
did.
you saw it one time. Come on.
I want that. I want. I want that.
See that's the problem with you modern football fans. You can't just appreciate the good things that you get. You gotta want more and more. So now 13-second comebacks is supposed to be the standard now.
Yep, that's the bar now.
Yeah, that's
Cause,
bullshit.
cause you know, if you get if it's a 2 minute drill, you still have time to run the ball.
And shame on both teams for letting that many points score in 13 fucking seconds.
Oh, that's another story.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I
we
think
never talked about it. You know they changed the overtime rules.
yeah, they basically it's only for the playoffs, but
Yeah,
basically Josh Allen would have got a second opportunity to score.
yeah. So if you don't know, if you're listening and you don't know, they've changed the overtime rules. So now, as a team, the easiest way to put it is each team gets a chance at scoring a touchdown.
In the
First
playoffs.
team gets the ball. Yeah, first team gets the ball. If they score a touchdown, then the opposing team has a chance to match it. If they don't match it, the game's over.
What if they do match it? Does it just go to sudden death?
I don't know.
Okay, just
I
curious.
mean, they're not going to match it. But if they do, then it keeps going. Yeah, actually, you're right. That's what happens.
Sudden death.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, at that point, you don't have any reason to bitch, right? Well, I guess. See, because if you score, then you can make the argument that, well, I could have scored again.
Yep. You've already brought up the problem with it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the argument. Well, if we had another opportunity,
They should just play another quarter. Fuck it.
I think they should do like a version of college, like
Like no
not
kickoffs.
starting.
Start at the 25, 30 or something like that.
I wouldn't say start at the 25 because it's too easy in the NFL. Um, maybe like start at the 50.
Or no, start at their 20. Like it would be a touchback.
Yeah, yeah. Do that. You got to drive the field.
Because basically in college, it's you go until somebody scores, right? Or no. It's everybody
Until you
takes
don't
turns.
match.
Yeah, yeah. Which I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I don't understand why it's such a big deal to have an equal opportunity for both teams to try to compete.
Well, if you're an old head, you got to say, well, I mean, you have a chance to stop them.
You do have a chance to stop them, but if you're going into overtime and you're winning by luck of a coin toss, basically. I don't know.
I remember. I remember yeah, the Chiefs during the last playoff game when the coin toss happened, like the the stadium erupted in cheer because they won the coin toss.
Yeah,
Like they knew it was over.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. The best way to do it I think, is the college way. I don't know why anybody would have a problem with that, but
Yeah, it'd be fair. I don't know. Yeah, but as of now, they'll probably make changes again. But as of now, that is the new rule. Each team will have, or like if the opening drive, if they score, you get a chance to match it. If you match it, then we're in sudden death.
right.
But
So
I'm sure what's going to happen is what you said. Josh Allen is going to match it. And then they're going to go back and score again. And then it's going to be, oh boy, we had another James.
Yeah, that's
Forget about
exactly what it's
stopping.
going to be.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think of either do it like college or do it like hockey.
Hockey's just to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, and if it's tied, they do like shootouts.
Oh, they do that in soccer too, shootouts.
Yeah. Well, I don't pay attention to soccer because that's not a real sport.
Mm.
I'm gonna give you so many gray hairs. Get the school board. Get people that like clits, and
It's trying to piss off everybody.
yeah, get the soccer folks all riled up. Well, since we're
Yeah.
pissing people off, let's talk about Cam Newton.
Let's go. Let's go into our next story where I'm sure you're about to piss off some more people.
Let's take it away.
Cam Newton. Cam Newton.
Yep.
So he was on
It was
a podcast.
Was it Barstool Sports?
It was a version of Barstool. So it
Okay.
was. Let me get this pulled up. So I want to cite it
Oh,
correctly.
look at you all prepared and shit.
Hey, you think this is my first rodeo? So it was million, the $1 million worth of game podcast,
Okay.
and so he's again. I didn't listen to the whole podcast, but there's a sound clip out of it where he started talking about women.
No. He was talking about his ideal.
His ideal woman.
Yes.
And
There's a distinction because some people like chubbies, some people like boards, some people like bitches, some people like little meek mouses. I mean, it's a preference thing. So I think that's an important distinction. He's talking about his preference. Go on. Sorry.
yeah, so $1 million worth of game podcast. I'm going to read the exact quote of what he said, and then we can talk about it. So, and I quote: he started out, and this is the soundbite that has the whole Twitter into an uproar. I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents been together for 36, 37 years now. It's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a three-parent household, my mother, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch. This is where it starts going off the rails. And the person who was doing the interview asked him, "What is a bad? What's the distinction between the two, a woman and a bad bitch?" And Cam went on to say, "A bad bitch is a person who just, you know." Sorry, I'm in the character here, so bear with me. So this is what Camden said, and I quote: "I'm trying here. A bad bitch."
Well, it's a good thing we're not going through Deshaun Watson's court transcript. Shit.
Golly, I know, right? And he touched me on my wrist.
Real quick, just okay. Deshaun Watson does not look like a tall dude, right? He kind of looks a little bit on the small side. So so
He's like,
just so just this tiny muscular black man just walking around touching women with his penis is just hilarious to me. just,
this is like
just
scrawny dude.
yeah. Do you feel that? Feel what? Or he he puts it on their shoulder until they look around and he runs away. Sorry. What
Draws
was
a
Cam saying?
draws the imprint on a piece of paper and then puts it on your face. You know what that is? Anyway,
uh,
Cam.
allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, it is allegedly.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Cam Newton. So he said, a bad bitch and a bad bitch is a person who, just girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part. He further goes on to say, and there's a lot of women who are a bad bitch. And I say bad bitch not in a way to degrade women, but just to go off of the aesthetics of what they deem to be a boss chick. Now, a woman for me, this is the part here that gets them in trouble. Handling your own, but you know how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get the aesthetic of I'm a boss bitch, I'm a this, I'm a that, but no, baby, but you don't know how to cook, you don't know how to be quiet, you don't know how to let a man lead. End quote.
Yeah.
So, thus, thus started his whole Twitter, I don't know, baptism by fire.
So he wants a woman that has a good head on her shoulders. It sounds like doesn't want somebody that just pretends to be the boss of anything, but doesn't have any basic life skills, like cooking, like making your spouse happy, like knowing when it's okay to allow your spouse to make decisions. And yeah, that goes on the female side too. I mean, sometimes a man needs to shut up and listen to his woman too, but it goes both ways. That's why it's called a union.
Yeah, and the thing is, he doesn't even say, again, he's talking about his own preferences, but what he really did was just describe like traditional roles.
Hmm.
We're talking about,
Well, it's not even that. You got to look deeper into what he's saying. He's saying he doesn't want somebody that's just going to say that they have all their shit together, and yeah, they might have a good job or they might have a nice car, but if you're getting takeout or you're letting your nanny raise your kid, or if you have your, you know, how many ladies have their mom raising their kid while they go do their life,
many,
and they can't make a fucking grilled cheese sandwich, let alone a meal for their family. And that's the thing. There was a time when like the woman was the heartbeat of the family because they took care of
yeah,
everything.
they ran the
Everything.
house,
Yes.
and the man traditionally would go out and earn the money.
Yeah.
Now, we're not exactly in those times anymore,
No.
but it's okay for him to still want. You got to remember though, for him, he can provide that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
He's
You sure as
making,
shit can.
he's making like 18, you know, $1 million a year or whatever he's making.
Well, he's a free agent now, so he ain't making shit. But
I'm sure he's still making a lot.
he had that MVP year though, so I
Oh,
mean,
and there's that. He was the MVP of the National Football League as a quarterback. Like,
yep.
his whole thing was leading people. and they made it to the Super Bowl.
So I mean, the only thing that people gravitated to was the cooking, and he said bitch, and you know what, bitches need to quit bitching because that's not what he was talking about. He even clarified that it wasn't the boss bitch was or bad bitch was their
Yeah,
boss
he's
bitch or whatever the fuck he said.
yeah. It's just what like women refer to themselves that way, boss bitch. That's
Yeah.
just like the term.
Okay.
But he wasn't calling them bitches. He was just saying that as the term, which that's what it is, as a term.
So then, after that, you got all the volley of these dumb fucking people with their stupid fucking opinions. It's bad enough they have opinions in general that I'm subjected to. Like, Travis Kelsey's girlfriend. Why the fuck does anybody care about the opinion of Travis Kelsey's girlfriend? Why is that even fucking highlighted? She sucks Travis Kelsey's dick. That's her claim to fame. Like, who cares?
She might do more than
No,
that.
she doesn't do
I don't
shit.
know who it is.
She sucks Travis Kelsey's dick. That's the only thing she does. That's the
And
only
that's what I'm saying. So
that's the
the
only
fact that
reason you
even
know
she
who
has
she
a
is.
take, the fact that she's even saying anything is proving his point,
Right.
or already disqualifies her for even saying anything. But why are people like so caught up in what Cam Newton wants as a spouse for a spouse? Like, why is that such a big thing? Like, oh no, you can't want that. Like, why are they trying to tell him what he should want in a spouse for?
I don't know. For some reason the whole like traditional family thing is like taboo now. I don't know why. Like God forbid you have a mom and dad around. Shit. You know what I mean?
There we go.
What?
I said we're gonna piss more people off. There we go.
No, I'm not talking. Like, I wasn't even talking specifically about that. But Jesus Christ, if too, like, you know, you have a mom and dad, you have some fucking grandparents, maybe you have some brothers and sisters, like an actual family, as opposed to like, you know, a couple jigsaw pieces from a different puzzle that you're trying to put together. Yeah, it might still work, but traditionally, I mean,
And like, yeah, there's just no reason to be upset with what he said. There's nothing wrong with what he said at all.
no. They just,
Like, if if you're a guy and I want to say it. If you're a guy and you disagree with what he's saying, you're you're like a simp beta.
yeah.
Probably get beat by your woman.
You have to wear sunglasses to work.
Yeah,
And then if anybody sees your bruises, you have to say you fell down the stairs. I tripped
yeah.
and fell.
You're the guy who like walks around holding her purse while she does stuff.
Mm-hmm. You're sitting you're sitting on the little bench outside the mall. Like you know how they have the little benches in the
Yeah,
stores? And you see the guys just sitting there with their wife's purse while they go spend his money.
yeah. Legs crossed.
Yep. Talking to the other guys with purses.
Like how long you been here? Oh, 2 hours.
What day is it?
And then she finally comes out and look what I got. Tell me I look. Tell me I look pretty. Yeah, you look pretty. Like that's you. If you if you disagree,
I never thought I'd be in a position to defend Cam Newton, though, man. That's weird. I've never been a big Cam Newton fan.
Mm. I was I was indifferent to him. Like he was exciting to watch at Auburn.
Yeah,
I was like never a big fan of him. When they made it to the national championship game, I watched it then, but
right.
I was never like I don't know following everything he did.
I just know he's very loud and not not loud in his words, but he's a loud person. He likes to bring attention to himself. And then after
He's
the
flashy, yeah.
yeah, and after the Super Bowl loss, he just pouted and ran away from that. And I just like if you're flashy, you bring attention to yourself, and then you got that attention, even though something in your profession you didn't succeed that day, and then you run away and you pout and you stayed
I mean,
pouting.
to his defense on that, you have like Von Miller right next to him talking shit while he's doing that interview.
That's okay. That's fair. Yeah.
Like, of course he's gonna be upset. Like,
But yeah, I
like
mean,
right there talking shit to you.
but he the whole thing. He was pouting. I didn't even see him shake hands. He didn't conduct himself. He didn't conduct himself like a man.
Mm. Well, he was in his 20s, young 20s when this
Yeah,
happened.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's an awful person for it. It's just like any glimpse of my being a fan or admirer of his died that day.
Mm. Well, I understood it. I knew exactly. Like, I mean, I would fancy myself as a sore loser. So I definitely get it. Like,
Yeah.
why do I need to be a good loser? I don't want to lose.
You don't have to be a good loser, just a gracious loser.
Or I cannot lose.
Or you cannot lose, but that's not realistic.
Like, or or I can be upset that I've lost. That's also the thing that can happen.
You can absolutely be upset, but there's being upset where you throw a temper tantrum and you pout and you act like a little bitch, or you could be a man and say, you know what, this just wasn't my best day. Congrats. I'll see you next year.
Mm. Handle yourself like a professional. There's
Well, I mean,
also
it's a game. At, at the end of the day, this is a child's game. Nobody's dead. Well, unless no, nobody's died on the field recently.
just
Um,
keep going.
yeah.
Just keep going.
Okay. But I'm just saying, nobody's dead. Nobody's gonna die. Nobody's lives are at stake. Nobody's mortgages are at stake. There's no finance. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they're playing for jobs and stuff. The little minor players, but at the end of the day, it's still a children's game. And for you to lose and then throw a fit like a 12-year-old little girl, I don't know.
I
It
think
just
it's horrible.
doesn't sit right with me. Especially when you're the leader of the team. Now, if you're a punter or something and you're throwing shit, okay, nobody cares about a punter. But when you're the face of the team, come on.
Speaking of punters, I watched that Peyton Manning thing back the other day. Oh, he was talking about his idiot kicker.
Yeah.
That's funny. He's like, here we are. I'm at the Pro Bowl. I'm about to throw a touchdown to Jerry Rice, and we're over here talking about my idiot kicker.
That's sad. And he didn't last very long. Did the Cowboys get him after that?
No, he went to I believe New England.
Mike Vanderjagt did not go to New England.
I believe that's where he went. Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna have to fucking get. Oh,
look it up.
yeah, I will look it up. You fucking
Take a
didn't.
little pause.
Mike Vanderjagt. I'm almost positive he went to Dallas.
I don't think so. I think you're wrong on that one.
You want to put some money down? You want to put some fucking money down?
No, but I don't think you're.
Let's see. Saskatchewan Roughriders, Tampa Bay Storm, Minnesota Fighting Pike. That's an unfortunate name. Toronto Argonauts.
What?
Fighting Pike. It's a fish.
Okay.
So they're fighting. They're fighting fish.
Okay.
Yeah. Toronto Argonauts, Indianapolis Colts, Dallas fucking Cowboys,
Mm-hmm.
and they went back to Toronto. What the hell is an Argonaut?
Don't know. He was with the Cowboys. What the
He
hell?
was for a season.
He didn't do too well.
I don't think he did. No, because he was a Hall of Fame kicker, or well, obviously he's not a Hall of Fame kicker, but he was on his way.
Yeah, I remember after that whole thing, it kind of went downhill for him.
Argonaut. In Greek legend, any of a band of 50 heroes who went with Jason in the ship Argo to fetch the Golden Fleece. Well,
What are you
everybody goes
talking
with.
about?
That's when that's what an Argonaut is.
What are we discussing right now on the show?
Toronto Argonauts. I wanted to know what an Argonaut is. Keep up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We can all
You
die
don't
happy.
you don't get that kind of stuff on anywhere else but here, right?
Right.
Now, is that good news or bad news? I don't know.
I guess it depends. Depends on who hears it, I guess. Sure, we'll get the nasty tweets for the people that think it's bad news. And if anybody thinks it's good news, we won't ever hear it because people don't say anything when it's good. They just like bitching.
Yeah, I mean, these days you go your whole life with people just like listening for you to mess up.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that, like with not to get like political and stuff, but like the president, how they always like, oh, the president didn't say the correctly. Ah, he's a fucking retard. And then, they just make a big headline about that. And like, how do you just go through life just speaking perfectly every second of the day? You know what I mean?
You don't.
It's just such an unrealistic expectation.
I mean, that's why people sit and listen to the $1 million worth of game podcast with Cam Newton on it, so he can say something about wanting a traditional woman and get in trouble over it.
Right. And it's just disgusting.
Like, oh, we got him.
Whatever happened to just hearing something stupid and just saying, oh, that's stupid, and moving on with your day?
Well, we live in a social media world.
You know. I don't know. I don't engage with the social medias. Follow us on Twitch.
Follow us on Twitter too.
And
Don't forget
Twitter,
Twitter.
especially Twitter. Tweet us. Tweet at us.
In all seriousness, we are gonna start doing like fan mail or fan question. Okay, let's take that word back because that seems like a strong word to be using. We're gonna do questions, right? You want
Mm-hmm.
to submit questions to the show. So you can send that questions or comments you want to send into the show. You can send it to our Twitter
Is it?
or send it. I don't want to be using the fan word because I'm sure.
Yeah, considering that.
Okay, you don't
Yeah.
have to say it. It can go without being said.
Well, how is the old Twitter account doing? You do the Twitter stuff.
I'll be honest, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to tweet.
Why is that?
Uh, I don't know. I'm just not like. I never have like the brain power to like. Oh, I'm thinking something. Let me pick up my phone and tell the world.
Gotcha.
And you know that's like what Twitter is about. Is this is a good thought. Let me put it out there.
Oh, some people just use it for straight up business.
Well, I mean, you got to tweet.
Yeah. I guess we can talk our Twitter strategy later. I guess nobody wants to fucking hear that.
Offline.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk shop right now?
Nah. Let's not peel back the curtain.
But what we can talk about Twitter is, did you see that Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter?
I did
Well,
see
you
that.
kind of alluded to that a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was even last week.
I did.
Yeah, he said he bought shares.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to buy them
Maybe.
all.
Yeah. He bought some shares, so he was like the leading, or he had the majority shares of Twitter. He was supposed to join like some decision board, but declined. And then the rumor is because you can only have so much stake in the company and serve on the board. So the idea is he declined it so he could attempt to purchase it. And allegedly, it's all for free speech.
Yeah, so he's trying to buy Twitter for $43 billion. Is it billion or million? It's billion.
I have no clue. I don't know anything about the numbers.
Yeah.
I know he said it was his best and final offer. And then Twitter had an all hands on deck meeting, whatever the fuck that means.
I can fill you in on that one. That means that means everybody has to be there.
Okay. All right, I walked into that. Thank you. All right.
No, it's just like what the I don't know. That's what the tech companies call it. I don't know why, but that's what they do.
All hands.
All
No,
hands on
I
deck.
know the idea of all hands on deck. What I mean is like I don't know why you would have to scramble to meet. Like some rich guy wants to buy your shit. Either you say yes or no.
Yeah. Joe down in customer service doesn't be there to know that information.
And he's saying, and Elon Musk is saying, so everybody can get an equal voice like it's supposed to, and they're not running it correctly. So for Twitter to be hesitant on that is just, I don't know. To me, it just seems like they're not even trying to put the mask on.
Well, they've gotten. There's been some news stories out here and there of like them having bots run stuff or
Mm-hmm.
like bot accounts tweeting,
Yeah.
kind of like get out the agenda.
Yeah. There's that. There's the algorithm manipulation. There's the flat out censorship. There's the shadow banning. There's all sorts of fucking shit. Uh oh. Oh.
It didn't even look like he was running anyway, so he kind of deserved that. It didn't look like he was running.
Dude, fatigue is a real thing in this game. It's
Oh,
stupid.
is that what that was? It looked like, yeah, because it looked like he was walking.
Like the last Madden game was all fumbles. Like your player would fumble for no reason. This game is they just get tired. So if you get I currently have a quarterback with a 95 speed, but
Mm-hmm.
it's almost useless because the motherfucker gets tired like in the second half.
Could try to use him every play.
Of course.
Gotta win those games, no matter what.
Yeah. Especially when they're rookies and they can't pass and all they have is their legs.
Well, does this game have I'm talking about Madden 2K22, for those of you on the hearing part, the
Oh.
audio.
Yeah, Kyler Murray attempted to run in a touchdown, and he could have, but then he fumbled, and that resulted in a touchdown for the Ravens. And it's now 28-24 Ravens, who have been losing pretty much this entire game. So it's pretty good. It's exciting,
Yeah.
even though it's a video game.
You remember when Madden used to have like the training drills that you would have to do with your quarterback to like
Hmm.
make them better?
The rings.
No, like I don't know. There's just training drills that you could do. This is like back in N64 days.
Yeah, remember there's rings.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So like you stay in the ring and throw it, or you have like a pass rusher coming at you and you throw it.
Yeah, you had to throw it through the rings. You had to lob it through rings to your wide receiver for a touchdown, or bullet
Yep.
pass it through rings. And the rings would either be big or tiny, depending on the hard or the difficulty.
Yeah. And whether or not you made it was based on your timing of pushing the or letting go of the button.
Yep.
But those are always fun. Does this game have anything like that?
Um. Yeah, there's training. I don't ever do it. You know me. I simulate most of it. I just play offense.
You
When
still
you do,
simulate the defense?
yeah, I do. It's stupid. There, it makes no sense to play it, especially if you play with a good quarterback or play against a good quarterback rather.
It increases your chance to win.
Like back when Aaron Rodgers was 99. Fuck that. I'm not playing defense so I can try to stop Aaron Rodgers.
It increases your chance to win.
No, it
Although
doesn't.
in the fourth quarter, you might as well not even play defense.
Yeah, it
You do have a better
decidedly
chance.
decreases my chance to win if I play defense.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter, simulating is a better option because they're gonna get theirs no matter what you do. But if you play online, you gotta play defense.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't started playing online yet.
Fuck no. I can barely play Rocket League online without wanting to slip my wrist.
You should play online. You should
No.
stream it too.
I'm
That would
not
be
gonna.
entertaining.
I'm not gonna
That's
stream.
content.
I'm not gonna stream my crucifixion. Thank you very much.
I would stream it.
Yeah.
I
Oh
know.
man. Especially the if it happened to be a game where you just get really angry. Fuck! I got so mad at the playing the computer. I can only imagine playing somebody good.
Oh man, when you're playing like someone, well, first of all, you can. Oh boy, this game's going off the rails. But you can forfeit, so it doesn't have to get too bad.
Yeah, but you know what it was going to turn into. So do you think going back to Elon Musk? I know we digress a lot. Um, do you think that's a positive thing? Does it matter?
I don't think it matters. I think as a platform, it's not gonna like do any better or worse for it.
Yeah.
I mean, free speech, it can get you in trouble, I guess. It can deteriorate the platform if people are out there saying crazy shit. But
But couldn't you just ignore and walk away from the crazy shit? Why do you have to give the crazy shit validation by addressing it and giving it, you know what I mean?
yeah, but what's more, why does he even have to put out crazy shit?
Because they're crazy.
I always say, just because you have a platform doesn't mean someone wants to hear it from you.
It's like that guy, like when you go to the gas station, that guy standing outside just speaking in colors. Like, red, green, blue, blah, blah. You just, use the other door, walk around him, pretend he's not there. I don't know. It's
But,
just me.
but yeah, it's not necessary to put that stuff out there. Like, why is it so important to get that out? Why is it so important to go on social media and talk about your political views?
Oh,
Is it burning you? Is it burning your soul that you can't tell people, the world? You can't tell the world how you feel about this policy?
some people feel that they're, yeah, I guess they feel that they're more intelligent than they are. That's like if you try to hear LeBron talk about anything other than basketball, he sounds like a fucking moron. But he speaks in a way that he's uh, like an academic or an intellectual, and it's just no, LeBron, you don't know shit. And it's not just LeBron, it's pretty much anybody on Twitter
Yeah, you got people forming these tweets. Well, you know this game is fake.
because he missed it.
Yeah,
Well, it's windy and it's snowy,
that's not something that Justin Tucker does.
and it was weren't they at the 50?
Yeah, it's not something he does.
I don't
But
know.
can you imagine being the guy who made Twitter, and now you got like someone trying to buy it for $43 billion?
Well, I mean that's what you get for letting it get to the point where somebody feels that they have to spend that much money to fix it.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, first of all, he could start his own platform.
Yeah.
I don't know how many first of all I'm gonna have, but I'm just gonna I keep saying it.
That's harder than you think, though. There's been a couple platforms that they've tried, but for one where either just flat out manipulation or lack of interest, they just never take off. Like what was that one?
Doki Doki.
Yeah, Doki Doki. No, it was a real one. Paradigm or start with a P. Parlor. That was out. Then They started saying it was a far right sanctuary because can't even have their own platform. Like you got the major Twitter platform, but just knowing that those mean old Republicans are talking, can't have that. So they shut that down from Google Play, and then they brought it back, but only after the Parler CEO basically played ball with Google. So I mean,
Are you gonna have the agenda,
pretty
the
much.
right agenda?
Are you gonna censor people? And don't get me wrong, there are people that say some crazy shit, but I mean, I don't think the answer is to cut them off and excommunicate them completely and leave them to their own devices. I think that only validates their crazy people because then they
Yeah,
think they're special. Whereas if you just ignore them, then they're just, I don't know, they're just shouting into nothing. But I don't know. I guess I'm a free speech absolutist.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I guess free speech, yeah, if you should have it, but I don't necessarily need to listen.
No, absolutely not. And
Or if
that's exactly, and that's free speech and free. I don't know, listening. I mean, just like anybody has the right to say whatever they want, you have the right to just walk away from what they're saying, or just tell
yeah,
them they're a
that's very
fucking
true.
idiot for saying it. I mean, it goes both ways. Like if you say dumb shit, you be prepared to have somebody tell you that you said some dumb shit.
And you got people, um, you think cancel culture is bad now. You have people free speeching. Good. They're gonna be like working 24/7.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think like everybody thinks Elon Musk is a savior of some sort. Like everybody on the right side of things think, oh, this is a great thing. Twitter's gonna be saved, and I don't see it.
So, what I initially thought about it was like, I didn't initially know it was a free speech thing. I'm like, okay, what is he bringing to the table for Twitter that's not already there? Is he like, what is he changing?
Right. Well, I just think it's just the censorship thing. Like it's really bad. And of course, there's only one. They say that they don't.
You still there?
Try that again.
Technical
Yeah,
difficulties.
sorry, my
Sorry about that.
microphone. Like Twitter says that they don't lean one way or the other, but when you last time I created an account, the first recommendations I got were Biden, Kamala Harris, and just a bunch of other one political sided opinions. And why it's political in the first place, I don't know. Like I just wanted to see Jenna Jameson's account. I was hoping she had old pictures.
Mm. And let's remember in all this, you only have 120 characters for whatever you're gonna say.
Well, no, they have that thing that makes them be able to post more. They basically post little Adobe word prints in there as a tweet.
Or you get the people who have like four four tweets. and it's just like you're supposed to read it in order.
Oh yeah, that's confusing too. Yeah, I just don't. There's not too many people's opinions that I respect enough that I'd want to go the social media route for. Maybe Steven
Follow,
Seagal.
follow us on Twitter.
Of course, follow us on
Show
Twitter.
podcast.
Our opinions are great.
That's at the show podcast 7. Because, all this bad stuff we're saying about Twitter doesn't hold. You're not going to get any political stuff on our account.
No, we
I
don't
can
do
guarantee
we don't do the politics thing.
that. Yeah. You're not going to get any of that. You're going to get good conversations.
And we're not.
You're going to get community.
I don't think we're saying anything bad about Twitter. We're just that's what Twitter is. It's no secret. They don't. Twitter doesn't even try to hide it anymore. So
I can say I don't get that far into Twitter.
I don't know. I just know that news stations, they instead of actually reporting news, they just say what people say on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this happened, and then Will Smith said on his Twitter, and then they show the little Twitter thing. They do that in
Oh,
uh,
yeah. Will Smith followed up in a tweet.
yeah. They're starting to use tweets for fucking court cases. It's just stupid. Like literally anything in real life is more important than happens in a tweet. So I think we need to stop taking it seriously.
I don't know.
Everybody takes
Yeah,
the
it's been
internet so goddamn seriously, and all it is a toy.
Twitter's just like been able to create itself as such a platform. It's not as good. Let's talk about social media for a second here. Let's like really talk about it because we're talking about it, but we ain't talking about it.
Okay.
So you got like Instagram, and Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube. I put YouTube as a social media platform.
It
That's
is.
what it is. Um,
It's the best one, in my opinion.
you even got like TikTok, Snapchat, all these social media things.
Man,
It,
whoever invented TikTok, just real quick, whoever invented TikTok needs to be thrown out screaming in front of their family from a helicopter.
Not a fan of TikTok.
Nope.
I'll be honest. I don't have the app. Never been on the app, but I do like saying TikTok.
Have you watched TikTok videos?
Um, no.
Yeah, look up
I don't
a
have the app.
just go on YouTube and look up TikTok compilation.
Well, I've I've been on the app. I just don't have it. Like I used it for a day and deleted it.
No.
Because it's all those thirst traps. It's like all TikTok is someone shaking their ass to some beat.
And lip singing, like
Scantily,
what?
scantily clad.
They just lip sync.
Or maybe that's just what the algorithm was feeding me. I don't know. Maybe it goes more in depth than that. But that's just all I saw when I was on there.
I do think it'd be
Yeah,
kind of funny
yeah, I
to.
watched
I think it'd be kind of funny to do a TikTok video where you spin your dick around to the "Spin Me Right Round Baby" song.
it. Taken down so fast.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't even have the equipment to be able to do that.
Well, you don't have
I'm
to
what
turn
you
the
call
lights
a
on or
grower.
anything.
I'm what you call a grower, not a shower.
Oh, okay. Well, just turn off the light switch, get some duct tape and a tape measure.
Get a, get
In a
a
sock.
get a sock with some tennis balls in it.
Yeah.
Or, try and true Pringles can,
Oh yeah.
but that doesn't move as well.
No. Well, you'd have that on the before shot. I don't know. You'd have to work
You
out the
know,
logistics of
people used
spinning
to
your
stuff
dick around.
people used to stuff their thing with socks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that used to be a thing. Stuffing your shorts with socks.
Yeah, chicks would stuff their bras with toilet paper.
Yeah, that was a thing too.
Yeah. I'm sure it still is. Maybe.
No,
You don't think there's a chick out there that's putting toilet paper in her titties to make them
I
look
mean
bigger?
maybe like little young. We should get off this conversation.
All right.
Because we ain't gonna. There's nothing good that can come from this. Um, but yeah, back to social media. I was just saying, Twitter has been able to create this stronghold of being social media platform, and it's based off of 120 characters.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're all fucking retarded for letting Twitter become as big as it has become.
Like it, like you said, it's a legit news source right now.
And it shouldn't be. People's opinions is not news. People's takes on things, like you said, 120 character takes on things, that's not news. News
Unless
is news.
they can take it out of context.
Well, yeah.
Unless you say I feel disrespected or women can't. You need to be able to cook
Yeah.
as a woman.
To be fair, I don't think Baker said he was disrespected on Twitter. He did say that he had like his publicist or something change all his social media account passwords. And to me, like, no wonder you're not fucking starting if you don't have that much self control. Like, why does a grown man need another grown man to keep him off of a website?
I don't know. Well,
Like,
either you gotta set
are you that much of a narcissist that you need to post about yourself?
or read about yourself.
Yeah.
What are people saying about me now? Let's go look.
I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Could be like Kevin Durant and make burner accounts to reply to people.
Kevin Durant, he's another one. Just, I don't like him.
He's so sensitive.
He's, yeah, and I remember when he was in college. I can't remember if it was the Final Four or not. But he smacked one of his teammates in the back of the head for fucking up, and I'm like, man, this dude's a warrior. And then he gets into the pros, and he's just, I don't know, tissue paper.
He gets hurt.
I'm not even talking about his injury status. It's his the way he handles himself. I don't know. I don't know him obviously, but
In a sense of
he can't take
feeling
criticism. He doesn't work well with his teammates. Like his teammates try to help him, and he just gets all, ass hurt.
And that's the thing. He's like considered either one or two in the NFL right now. I'm sorry, NBA right now.
Yeah, I don't see why.
Oh, well, he's the best scorer
Oh,
outside of Curry.
is that all? Is that all it takes to be the best?
Well,
That's a real question. I don't know. Basketball is not my thing.
that's what when people talk about Jordan, that's all they talk about. They don't talk
Just
about his
scoring.
defense. They talk about his scoring. Talk about his last shots. They don't.
No, they talk about his intensity and his. They talk about yeah. He treats his teammates like shit. That's because he wants. That's 'cause he wants them to win. They don't go into this video of him. Hey, motherfucker! If you miss that again, I'm stabbing you in the neck.
And that's just him wanting to win.
If you miss all your free throws in the next game, I'm fucking your sister.
They're making you watch.
No, and Kobe was the same way too. He was a dick.
Well,
And look at that.
that's called holding the team to a standard.
Exactly.
He's not like, you know, and that's how you get results. You hold them to a standard.
And that's why they could win championships without their superstar friends coming aboard.
Mm.
Man,
Well,
what?
it's just a different NBA now.
Mm.
That's just what we do now.
Yeah, well, it's dumb.
Speaking of championships, the NBA playoffs just started.
Are we talking about NBA now? Is that how
We're digging the bottom of
deprived
the
we
well.
are? Okay. All right, I'll bullshit through some NBA talk.
Oh, that's all.
So is the Utah Jazz still good?
Um,
Karl Malone's still
I
playing, right?
guess. I guess. Well, not that.
Oh.
I was guessing that the Jazz are still good.
Oh. How's Karl Malone and John Stockton doing this year?
That's the way to show your knowledge.
Yep.
But that's all I wanted to say. It's just that the playoffs started. That's
Oh,
all. Yeah.
really?
We're gonna deep dive.
Didn't the Timberwolves lost? Didn't they?
They did.
Okay. Yeah, I got a basketball thing.
But we ain't going deep. We're just talking about the playoffs starting.
Did you see that the Lakers fired their coach?
Oh yeah, he had
And
to go.
well, whatever. But I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I know. I remember Frank Vogel was the coach of the Indianapolis Pacers, and he just seemed like kind of a wiener. But as far as an opinion, one way or the other, I don't. Aside from the wiener comment, don't really have much of one. But apparently, Shaq was trying to warn coaches to not even waste their time.
Uh,
I only saw.
I'm just
I didn't get to.
looking them up.
Yeah, I saw it before we just got on air, but apparently Shaq is telling coaches don't waste your time with this team.
Oh my.
And a lot of criticism is getting on your boy LeBron because he's apparently credited for getting that team together, and they haven't been able to perform up to the standards of whatever they think they should be performing at.
championships.
Well, okay.
I mean,
And I get
LeBron's almost 40, so
yeah.
even Jordan did play for the Wizards at one point. People want
Yeah, I remember that.
people want to forget that, but it
No,
happens.
didn't he play for Charlotte too,
Uh,
or was that just the Wizards?
he played for the Wizards.
Okay,
I think he owned.
he gave up
No,
his ownership
he
to
owned.
play, didn't he?
Yeah, he owned part of Charlotte. Or I'm sorry, the Wizards,
Yeah,
and then decided to come back.
and that yeah, and then we forget about that. We just remember Chicago, Michael.
Yeah, see, people expunge that from the record.
Yep.
It's
Well,
like when Emmett Smith went to Arizona, people were like, we'll forget about that part.
oh, I got a better one. Remember when McNabb went to Washington?
Hmm.
I forgot all about. I saw a clip of that because they were talking about how he was a systems quarterback. I'm like, well, no, he was really good. And then they showed clips of his Redskins days, and I forgot all about that.
Or Favre with the Jets.
Oh yeah, his one season. Well, no, that's memorable because of the dick pic.
Oh, is that Dick Pick year?
Yeah, it was dick pic year
Hmm.
that just got swept under the rug.
People still bring it up.
They bring it up, but they didn't. They don't. Come on, if that happened today,
See,
we
that's
would
what we're talking about.
we
We're
we would
going
know
back
how
in
many.
time.
We would know the vein positioning. We would know how many hairs. Everybody would be up in arms.
And you have, yeah, he'd be canceled.
Oh, naturally.
Probably in some kind of court case, because,
Yeah,
no,
naturally.
if he was still playing today, like if he was playing in the league today,
Mm.
this is just the right amount of time to now want to go back and bring it up and cancel him.
Yeah, I remember
Like,
they.
oh, remember all those years ago, he did the dick pic. He shouldn't really be starting anymore.
I wonder whatever happened to that. Didn't he? Did he get suspended? Was there any consequences for him texting his dick to to a sideline reporter?
No,
Okay,
it
so
wasn't illegal.
they just looked the other way, huh?
It wasn't illegal.
Okay.
He broke no law.
Well, there's been players that got suspended for not breaking laws too.
Well,
Look at
she may have wanted it too. You don't know that.
she may have wanted the dick pic. Well, then why'd she blab about it? Do you think she was just bragging?
Maybe it wasn't gonna
Oh
be.
my god. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Maybe she wanted it. He underperformed, and she's
Yeah.
like, nope.
Yeah, I'm selling it. Selling it to the highest bidder.
Yeah, she was not impressed.
She regifted it.
He didn't stuff. He didn't use the
The
socks.
socks.
Yeah.
Uh, they tried to do something like that to Peyton Manning too. Apparently, he pulled his pants down in front of the trainer or something.
Oh, I remember this.
They tried really hard to make it stick.
And it was something like he was in the locker room and she walked in.
Yeah, he
That
made
was
her.
fun. That's what it turned out to be.
Yeah, he showed her his ass.
Well, no, she walked in on his ass.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, she saw an ass.
But he didn't show it to her. She walked in on it.
She's probably still in therapy to this day, having seen the ass.
That's the general ass. The sheriff. You'd be so lucky.
Oh, you. Oh, I wish I could talk like Peyton.
Probably like, oh, he's probably, I don't even know. This can go nowhere good.
Yeah. Did you hear that
Here we go again.
he has a nephew that's gonna be starting college soon?
Oh, for this kid is in freaking eighth grade, and they're
Oh, is
recruiting
he?
him
I thought he
already.
was. Okay.
Yeah, eighth grade.
I thought he was
He's
like a
not
year
even in
away.
high school yet.
So why the fuck is he making a decision? Because it said he
Because
was
they're already,
it was narrowed down to two schools.
yeah, they're already recruiting him,
Okay.
and he's not even like, uh, yeah, what's his name, Sterling or something like that.
Arch. Arch Manning.
Yeah,
Oh,
I just
he's
know
a
about him
junior.
because, oh, he's finally a junior,
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
Well, they've been recruiting him since he was in eighth grade.
Well, yeah, that doesn't mean shit. Because I think Notre Dame gave some little 6-year-old a scholarship.
Well, I just remember because they wanted him to come to UT,
Oh,
so I
okay.
just that's where he came up on my radar. It's like, oh, there's this kid in eighth grade that they're trying. Like, why are we talking about that so already?
Because of his last name.
Yeah, and Alabama was after him. So, do you happen to know what schools were in contention
Um,
now? USC,
not
probably.
not off the top of my head, no. Arch Manning. Because I'm the type of guy that has to say aloud what he's typing. I want to take you on the journey with me. Potential.
Gotta fill that dead air. I mean, if he'd oh, there you go.
Schools.
It's down to Texas and Alabama.
Oh, is it?
Well, that's a clear choice right there.
Yeah.
What Texas, though? Better be the right one.
As of 2 weeks ago, LSU, Florida,
Yeah, it's the right
Clemson's.
Texas.
Okay, so Gators, Tigers. You got Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Texas. So clearly he's whittled it down to just a couple.
Yeah, I mean these things are saying it's between. Maybe he's opened it up a little bit since
And he is not going
uh,
east or in the Midwest. This motherfucker is staying south.
coming to Texas. He's not going to Texas. No one goes. Texas is just one of those schools that don't get big time quarterbacks.
Not anymore.
They get the they get the guys who you think are good, but then they turn out to be not.
Texas hasn't had a good quarterback since Colt McCoy.
He was a good one.
He was.
He was really good.
He wasn't no Vince Young, but
Him and Jordan Shipley, that was the magical.
our
I mean,
whatever happened to Jordan Shipley?
um, I think he made it to the NFL to the Bills. I think he played on the Bills.
Yeah.
Well, probably didn't make it too far, but
Nope.
he got to the Bills.
Says he's a former player. He was picked by the Bengals.
Oh,
He also played for Tampa Bay and Jacksonville. And he lasted like 2 years. Oh, he's in TV.
He's got that cozy um, analyst job.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Well, that's what happens. You get up there in that analyst job.
He joined in 2018. He joined the Texas Game Day crew on the Longhorn Network.
Now, why wouldn't I know that?
I don't know.
Because I watch that network a lot. That's not trolling. I actually do.
Man, I can't believe the Cardinals won this one. Which means if the Cardinals are winning, we should probably wrap this up. What do you say?
What? what kind of what kind of thing was that? Anyway, we are reaching our 2 hour mark. We try to keep you guys entertained or whatever for 2 hours.
We at least want to give you something to listen to for 2 hours. Whether or not you're entertained, that's on you.
Probably for this one, more anger than entertainment, but that's here nor there.
Oh, stop worrying about other people's fifis. If they're angry, they can build a bridge and get over it.
Oh, sounds rehearsed. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to do something to the like button and subscribe for more content. You got anything else? Follow us on Twitter. There's that too.
Make sure you tweet the shit out of us. We read them all.
Yeah, if you have questions, tweet it. Tweet questions. You can put them in the comments below if you have questions. Again, we're going to start doing a segment where we answer questions.
Hopefully.
We're not going to use the word fan, but if you want questions, we'll get that into the show.
And they're going to be appropriate questions. We're not going to... If you ask us why we removed our ribs so we can suck each other's dicks, we're not going to answer that.
Yeah.
So just save your time.
Yeah, if you're trolling it, you will be ignored. But until next time.
Until next
Tyson.
time. I'm Happy Harry. Maybe not so happy after y'all listen to this, but
enjoy the rest of your morning or evening or afternoon, whatever it is.
Take it easy, everybody.